Our official name of the country is El Salvador. The capital of the country is San Salvador. The population is 6.345 million people. The type of government is a republic. The imports are fuel, food, petroleum, capital goods. The exports are coffee, sugar, shrimp, textiles, chemicals, offshore assembly products. The first civilization to be at El Salvador before it was officially a country was the Lenca people. I don't know. Pedro de Alvarado first discovered El Salvador in 1524. It was still not officially a country, but El Salvador has never been discovered before, so that was pretty cool. In 1821, El Salvador gained independence from Spain, making it officially a country. The main national conflict they've had so far is from 1980 to 1992, there was a Salvadorian civil war, a war between the government and activists.
The area of El Salvador in square miles is 8,124 meters squared. The two physical features of El Salvador is it borders the Pacific Ocean and it contains a chain of 20 mountains. The climate of this country is always warm and hot and wet throughout the entire country. Two native animals is the coral snake, the central rattlesnake. Some natural disasters that happens. There's always earthquakes that happen common in El Salvador, and two natural resources is timber and fish. The language they speak in El Salvador is Spanish. A religion is Roman Catholic, and a popular sport activity they play is soccer. Traditional women clothing is they wear dresses and skirts, and men wear cowboy hats and suits. The music they listen to is Salvadorian, Colombian, hip-hop, rock. Some common artists is in El Salvador is Francisco Palvaninci. And a major holiday in El Salvador is Independence Day and All Souls Day.
Education in schools in El Salvador are very different from the U.S. Their schools start in the last day of January or the beginning of February, and it ends in October and November. But some of the schools are very poor, so I suggest you do some homeschooling. Two places to visit is Tazumo ruins, and is important because it's the most impressive Mayan ruins in El Salvador. Another place is the Playa El Tunco, and it is a two-street beach town popular with backpackers and surfers. Some global issues is that the GDP in El Salvador is very low due to low levels of growth. El Salvador is in debt and 65% of GDP. They did eliminate the most worst kinds of trafficking, but some children engage in it just because. Global wars and conflict is the Salvadorians' war briefly in 1980 through 1992 between the government and the activists. Past relationships with the U.S. is following a coup in 1931. Normal relationships between the U.S. and the El Salvadorian were interrupted by the U.S. finally recognized El Salvador as an independent state. And some celebrities and rich, famous people are Valentin Estrada, Jose Matias Delgado, Oscar Romero.